Hey, Tony guys is here, popping in, about to head to the office. Y'all forgive me. So I'm moving and talking. But saw this thing on Threads, and a lady asked a question, said, when did you know, for y'all, when did you know, for the ladies who had a DL man, when did you know and how did you find out? And that was an interesting question. And a lot of the people, what I saw is a lot of the women said that their guy was very homophobic, what they call homophobic. And I wanted to touch on that because I don't know how serious that word is and like what it really means and all of that. I know it's a phobia, but what I will say is I don't really know now if that's accurate, because it's a lot of men who are heterosexual who are not homophobic, but just choose to not be around men who are homosexual because of not understanding their desires or their attractions and, like, you know, what they want, who they are, how they move, stuff like that, you know, just not knowing. So for me, I think about humans as humans, and I think about the mind and how the mind works. And I know the mind fantasizes, the mind ideates, the mind creates different ideas and narratives and desires and feelings. And so I think about that. And so that's why I don't have gay friends, because I just feel like if a man is into men and he hanging around a man all the time, that he could start to develop feelings for that man. And I just think that it would be very awkward if a man developed feelings for a man and he he try to come out and say like, hey, you know, I have feelings for you. Like, that would be awkward. So, and that would be the last thing I want to happen. And so that's why I steer clear of gay men. Not that I hate them or anything like that. I don't understand the mindset. But guess what I have also found? Gay men don't bother me. I'll see gay men or whatever, and they might speak, or they might, like, if they in your vicinity, they might speak to you, they might talk to you, or what have you, you know, shake your hand. But I've never been like a man trying to hit on me, like, in a real way. And I say that to say, you know, I feel like gay men know who they could be around and who they can't be around, or who is like that and who not like that. Because I feel like even right now, if the gay men that's out there, if they felt I was like that, I feel like they'll be trying to slip in a DL, trying to let me see it this bad, But I feel like it's certain little signs that men give off. And fully, I'm gonna tell you like this right here. Women be asking me, Tony, how to know if a man DL? I say, listen, I talk about what I know. I talk about what I understand. And so majority of what I talk about is from personal experience. I've never been DL, so I don't fully know. Like, I could try to guess, but I know I'm wrong, because that's the point of it being DL. Like, if it's DL, then it's not gonna be up high if it's down low. So for me, I just be looking at the normal signs, like him, you know, stuff like that. Him, What, girl? Like, I'll be looking, but that's up high. The down low, he might be a thug. He might be tough. He might be, yo, what's up? He might be tough. Might be a tough guy. So I really don't know what to tell you. But I will say this now. I will say this. I'll be skeptical to the women. I think you ought to be skeptical if he have a guy's night every week. And I could be stretching it now by saying every week. But for me, I just hit up a guy I know, because his wife and my wife friends, and his birthday today, and I was like, hey man, you know, let me know if you want to get the guys together, you know, and I'll take you out, you know, it's on me. Hit some of the guys up and do like a little birthday dinner. And I'm doing that, trying to be a better friend, quote unquote, because that's what my wife and them always doing. And I as men, we never do that. Like, me and the guys that I know, like, I consider my guys friends, but we don't hang out. Like, we don't we be focused on our wife and our kids. Like, we don't hang out. But I noticed the women, they'll take and try to make some time to hang out sometimes, but we don't hang out. And so I told my guy, I'm like, yeah man, let's step on out. And it probably just go out to dinner sometime. We did that one time, and he set it up. And I think it was 3 of us. No, it was another time, and it was 4 of us. And so he set it up. You leave that on me, it'll never happen. It'll never happen. But one thing I feel like would be suspect if a guy try to have guys' night every week. I think that'll be suspect. Y'all gotta forgive him drinking my iced coffee my wife made me. I had fasted Monday and Tuesday, then ate me steak and noodles yesterday, Wednesday. So I'm trying to fast today. But if I break down later today, then I get that steak and noodle bowl. Woo, that steak and noodle bowl be good. Have some kale in there, look like some mushrooms and some onion. Woo, woo. From Fit Fresh or Stay Fresh or some restaurant my wife can find. And so that's why I say, like, and I'm gonna tell you, I think honestly it's gonna be an intuition. It's gonna be an intuition. And I'm gonna tell you something else now. If you are a woman and you are healed, and you're not on drugs. Now, if you use drugs, even weed, I'm questioning your intuition. Hush. We don't want to hear it. You smoke you some weed, you on a prescription pill, keep your intuition to yourself. God bless you, keep your head up. I ain't knocking you for your medication, but just keep your intuition to yourself. It's altered. It's chemically altered. So just talk to God about it. Talk to God about it. Don't tell nobody else. Make your own decisions for your life between you and the Holy Spirit. But don't tell nobody else. But if you are not altered by medication or drugs or trauma, then your intuition is gonna be untainted. And you can trust your intuition. Unless you know you're dealing with mental health issues and things of that nature, you got to be real with yourself on it. But if not, man, this lady texting, boy, she's sitting there, just sitting there, text good, ain't her? My goodness, man. Eee. They're writing a novel. And so you got to figure that out. But trust that intuition. So if you get you an intuition that you like, something ain't right. Something ain't right. All these guys nice, all it right. I seen one lady say her friend, her guy, he would always go hang out with his friend and supposedly they was smoking. And then she found some messages between them, like some little nasty messages between them. Man, I'm like, man, boy. And just the amount of women that was in the comments. But one thing that bothered me was they kept talking about, oh, he was extremely homophobic. And he said, I don't mess with them gays and all of that right there. I say, man, I gotta make sure I ain't homophobic. They be trying to label me. I'm like, my goodness. Gotta make sure I'm walking in love. Cause God forbid you say you don't want to be around a gay man, then that mean you gay? Like, my goodness, like, wait, what kind of, now I can see if a guy is like, he like hateful and he wishing death on him and he just all like, okay, I can see, all right, I get it, but come on now, like, really, like, girl. And so that's the thing. So I'm starting to really think about these different men out here that is moving a little kind of way, and I'm wondering what they into, cause it's starting to, you know, my thing about it is I just want men to be honest. Just be honest, because you save yourself a lot of trouble and you save people like a lot of trouble. And I would just be honest, and I would just take and, you know, find yourself and who you are and what you want to be, and just be okay being who you are. And you take that to God in prayer. Take that to God in prayer, because, and here's the thing, man, it's men battling things. Like, we all battling something. That's a part of life. Y'all, I'm gonna go in here and cut this out. It be so hot. That's a part of life. Like, you might be battling lust for women. You might be battling mental health issues. You might be battling gambling addiction, porn addiction. Like, it's different stuff that's being battled. And what you got to take and realize is everybody fighting the fight. So that is a part of life that you may have to fight the fight and be willing to fight that fight. Like, be willing to be in the trenches fighting that fight. It ain't gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy. But you got to be willing. Because the thing about what the adversary wants, the adversary loves confusion. So the adversary wants confusion. The adversary wants men deceiving women, and wants, because see, it leads to chaos. That deception leads to chaos. So if you are a down low man, I would rather you just be alone. Just like be alone while you battling that, or you living in that, or whatever. Don't bring a woman into the mix. Don't invite a woman into your life and you sleeping with this woman, protected or unprotected, you forming soul ties, you leading her on, and then you have to sneak and you gotta hide and you gotta go deal with you some men. Just be single. Be single so that way if you dealing with men, that's just your life. You dealing with men. But don't bring no woman into it, get the woman pregnant, you marrying the woman, you selling this woman this dream, you're doing all of that, and it's not who you are. It's not who you are. And you got to get that together. You got to get that together. And it's just sad, it's unfortunate to realize, because man, I seen that on Threads and it had a lot of likes and stuff on it. So I was like, well, dog. I'm like, man, y'all done went that bit of y'all going through that. And then it also take and make the rest of us get looked at crazy. If we look half decent, if we don't want to be around a man who is in the men, now our wives looking at us. You sure you eat low? You sure you like, hold on now, calm down. Don't try to lock me in. Yeah, don't try to lock me in now. Just cause these men out here moving like that. And see, the thing about it is just me talking about it. I be having people come on here. Oh, Tony, you must like me. You must like me. You want to talk about it. No, I'm talking about it because it is an epidemic. I'm talking about it because it's plaguing us right now. I'm talking about it because them nasty movies is turning these men out. Oh, let me tell you another thing that I have found through my coaching. Woo, let me tell you about this now. And add this to it. If a man tell you, just out the blue, y'all talking, if he tell you that he was touched, or he might use the A word, which is more aggressive. If he tell you that happened, you're gonna have to pause because here's the thing. So one thing I do on my coaching sessions is I look at their pictures. I look at the couple. I look looks compatibility, and I read what they giving off. Like I'm giving them perception of what I perceive. And there's been times where I say to the woman, I say, he looks like he was touched as a child. And she would say, how can you tell that by a picture? And she said, because he was. He just told me that, or he told me that in the beginning, that he was touched as a child. And for me now, that's hard to process. Like, this way you need Dr. Cheyenne Bryant now with all her credentials. This way you got to go above my head now. You got to go get the Dr. Raleigh now. You got to go get that Argosy credential. You hear me? Because that right there, it be above my head. Because let me tell you something, I could read it on the man. Because it'll just be a telltale sign. It might be his shorts is too tight. It might be he's standing knock-kneed. It might be the way he holding his hand, the way he's standing. It's almost like a piece of his soul left. And it's giving him a type of stance, or a type of limp, or a type of slump, or a type of, or I see like a feminine pose. It's almost like his energy is feminine. And And I could see that. And every time I said that, that woman say, "You right. He was touched." And I say, Lord, it's got to be a gift from you, cause I'm just reading what I'm seeing now. And I remember one time I was coaching a client, and I told her, I say, he looked like he have a porn addiction. She say, "How can you tell that off a picture?" But it's ways I'm reading it that I can't put it all into words, because then you will be applying it to people. But I also feel like it's a spiritual gift. So I just can't tell you, okay, this is what I saw that made me think that, because then you might see that exact thing and then assume the exact thing and be totally wrong. And so she say, "You right. He told me he has a porn addiction." She's like, "But how could you tell that by looking at a picture?" And I explained it to her. That was Hispanic. That was a Hispanic couple there. And yes, y'all, I coach Hispanic couples, white couples, interracial couples, black couple, Asian couple. I got clients in India. I got clients in Sweden, in Germany, in Amsterdam, in Dubai, all over the world. So when I tell you something, it ain't the same as these other talking heads on here. I'm in the trenches. 6 different continents. I used to say 7, then one guy commented, "You got a client in Antarctica, bro?" I was like, "Man, you know what, you right." You right, 6. Man, let me talk to 7. I'm gonna be alive, knowing good well. If you know somebody in Antarctica, tell them to book a session with me, so I can say I got clients in 7 continents. I really don't know if I got it in 6, because I really can't think of the 6 continents. But I'm gonna look at the 6 continents in a little bit, and I'll let y'all know. And so, this the thing, is you got to be careful today, because, and so what I'm realizing is, for some of these men that's living this life, it's not porn. It's they were touched by a man or an older boy at a young age. Now, listen, the way that I grew up, that could have happened to me, but that wasn't in my family. Now, I have a male cousin on my mama's side who is gay. And I don't know if he was touched or if he became gay because he grew up with just all women. Like, it was really like almost no men in his age group and at my grandma's house. Because, you know, I'm several years younger than him. So in my age group, I had a cousin. I mean, I had him, which I think could be 8 to 10 years older than me. But then I had a cousin that's 5 years older than me, male cousin. Another male cousin that's 3 years older than me, you know, at my grandma's house. So, and then I had another male cousin that's like 1 year older than me, that would be there some of the time too in the summers. And so I had guys around me that was the same age and or close in age. But my older cousin, I think he was just him and all girls and just women, you know, mama, grandma, aunties. But I don't know what happened to him that became a thing, but I never knew it till he was like grown. And you know, and then he started to kind of come out more into it. And then, but guess what? He have HIV. And so that HIV, which they used to just put on gay men, I would venture to say that is true. That HIV come from that. Because I was out there bad, you know, with women. And I didn't contract HIV. So that lead me to think, like, I don't think my cousin was out there, you know, popping it like that now. Like, I never even seen him with no man now. Probably like maybe one, I never seen him bring a guy around. So how you get HIV? Cause I don't think he was out there like that now. So it could have been, I think they told me one guy. If I'm not mistaken, I think my mom might have told me he said it come from one person. So listen, that right there, for the numbers to be like that, for me to have been out there how I was out there with women and not contract that, and him to be out there on a much smaller scale with men and contract that right there, that to me, that seems spiritual. To me, that seemed like a message from God. And man, listen, this stuff painful to talk about. But this is real. And this is the world we in. And this is a part of what women are facing, but also what men are facing. Because imagine being a down low man. That's a lot of confusion that they going through. Like, cause you got to realize now, I heard in the islands, you'll come up missing. See, America a lot more accepting. But I heard that in the islands, like Jamaica, I heard they used to have you missing if you was what they call a bati boy. Now, I don't know if they still like that in 2026, but that's what I heard now. And I heard that in parts of Africa, it was like that. Now, African and European black men, they just, what if they were in America, that's what we call feminine. Like just the way they stand, the way they sit, the way they walk. And I don't know if they into men or not, but just their just normal demeanor is more feminine based on America's masculinity rules or standards or guidelines. But man, this right here, and I'm gonna tell you something, it's gonna start circling around to y'all heterosexual men who are sleeping around. You're gonna start to fall off in to STDs because you're sleeping with women who are sleeping with down low men. So the down low men is taking the feces and the bacteria out of men and inserting that into women. And women is having bacterial mutations in their body. And then they're going and sleeping with heterosexual men. And those heterosexual men is contracting. And then going and spreading it to other women. So that is why they say like 55% of Atlanta have herpes or something. Because it's a lot of stuff going wrong. It's a lot going around. It's a lot of cross-contamination. And that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Like, listen, you will be better off dying single than sleeping around out here. That's why you need to get on Destiny too. That's why I created for intentional matches. The link is in the description. Join the wait list for intentional matches. And guess what I'm gonna be doing now? As we crank up a little bit, it'll be getting, I can't scare people off, but as we crank up a little bit, oh y'all finna be running off people. Oh y'all finna be in that out running people off. With some of the videos, I'm putting some teaching videos on there now. And we're gonna run some folks off now, cause we ain't playing them games, man. I'd rather it be way smaller and it be quality over quantity. I'm not trying to do like Tinder and Bumble in the sense of, and that price gonna go up now too. So we making it free for 7 or 30 days, and then you got a little monthly price. But every year we increasing that price. Cause I'm gonna run off the jokers. I'm gonna run off the fakes. I'm gonna run off the people who don't want to be married. The people who ain't really serious. And we might get to where that thing $97 a month one day and just be premium clientele, top tier Because I just don't want y'all going through all that riffraff. And you're going to have some. So understand that. Don't even waste your breath bringing it to me. That come with the territory. You're going to have some riffraff. In everything you do, it's going to be some evil that infiltrate. Just like me being what I'm doing. It's frauds that do what I do that make me look bad because they are frauds. So then people looking at me sideways because somebody else is a fraud. So it's going to be some fraud men and women who get on there. It's going to be some Yahoo boys that they call it out of Nigeria. Or Jamaica, or wherever they hub is. And y'all, I'm black too. Don't take offense. Y'all know it's real. Wherever the scams come up out of, it'll be some in America too. You got the Tinder swindler. Look at Tinder. Tinder is so big. They app so big. I think somebody say they worth $8 billion, and they got a whole documentary off the Tinder swindler. And they still up and running. Still up and running. So we gonna survive the storms. Christian Mingle. Years ago, I signed a deal with them. They built my landing page, everything. I was finna drive my whole audience to Christian Mingle. And they had worked out the numbers for me to where, like, if you drive X amount of people, this amount of people, you will be making $4 million a year. And I was getting ready to drive everybody there. And I talked to a young lady, and she said, "Oh, that's the app where the lady got killed by the man." I was like, "Huh? Oh, what the hell?" She said, "Yeah, that ain't that out, Chris." I said, "What?" I sent an email in, or she found an article and sent me the article. I say, "What?" I email in so fast. I say, "Hey, yeah, unfortunately, I just heard about a lady got killed by one of the men on y'all out. Y'all ain't gonna be able to do this deal. Cancel the deal." Ooh, when I tell you them folk were hot. When I tell you them folk were hot, cause boy, they were so hot they ain't even respond. They ain't even respond to me. They just deleted my They just deleted my landing page. Cause we had to went through everything. Contract, negotiation, back and forth, whole landing page, whole everything set up. Boy, they thought they had to hit the pay dirt, boy. Guess what? God had it for me. God said, "No, I'm gonna wait till 2026 and bless you with a client who could build your app." So my client, he is married and he's an islander, and he is my co-founder on the app, and he built it. And look at God. So that's how I know that destiny. That's why I named it Dayton. It's a date with destiny. It's destiny. So learn how to say it now. It's destiny. And I'm gonna get some t-shirts made. I need some of y'all, whoever ain't scared, whoever is you not scared, and I'm gonna ask him if we could do a coupon code. But don't be pulling up here like that nah. Man, just gonna pull up here behind me like that. Like, come on now. I don't like that now. And then just gonna sit right there behind me. I don't like that now. And so, yeah, bro, you gotta get that together now. They're gonna put a no, and then you gonna try to come apart. No, brethren. And so, y'all forgive me, when I be out and about, I have to watch my surroundings. And also the car I'm in is a 1-of-1. So sometimes I have to just be a little bit more on edge, because the car thievery that be going on be insane. Because people, this hood, and I ain't bragging like Cheyenne now, I'm just stating facts. That's what y'all got to realize. Everybody ain't bragging. Some people just stating facts. I went to get a service, and he said, "You know how much your hood costs with the carbon fiber on it?" I said, "No." I said, "Because I bought it like that." He said, "That's a $15,000 hood." He said, "Just the hood alone is $15,000. I said, "Wow." Ooh. All right. Keep an eye on it. Pull up through the drive-through, the young man hand him my food, say, "Is that real carbon fiber?" I said, "Sir, what kind of question is that to ask somebody? If it was fake, what you want me to say?" No, it's fake. I said, "Yeah, it's real, $15,000. since you want to ask a black man about his credentials because he went to Argosy. And so what you have to realize, it's getting real out here. It's getting real out here. And look at what God had for me with this here destiny. So get on the wait list. And you ain't got to join the app, but just join the wait list, because when we do events, because I'm gonna do retreats and stuff like that, I can't say everything, because everything I mentioned, BM gonna be stealing it for his app. And then you finna, well, we decided that we're about to do, now BM, you know good and well you heard me say I'm finna do retreats through the app. So that's all I'm gonna mention. I already mentioned about us doing our socials and stuff like that. And then watch BM say he finna start doing socials and networking event. And so I ain't hating. It's all we all in this together. But this is what I want you to realize is, I might need the bike in because I don't like having my bike turned. So that's what I need you to realize is you got to be watchful and you got to be mindful out here today. You got to be watchful, you got to be mindful, and you got to be prayerful. Now see, God gonna let you know. God gonna let you know. You got to be prayerful. You have got to be prayerful. And let me ask y'all something. Let me ask just a random question, just a random, this video over with, I'm closing. Let me ask y'all something. When you go to a website of a company, and sometimes you click on About Us or Meet the Team, the entire team is white, is Caucasian, in a lot of companies throughout America and throughout the world. Should I feel bad if my entire team is of color on Destiny? And should I be intentional about DEI and hiring people of other races? Now we volunteers right now, ain't nobody getting paid, but should I get other races, which I do probably have, like, you know, one or two, but I would say 80 to 90% will be of color. Just because that's who in my network, that's who I know, just the color lines of like people of other races not necessarily supporting me or coming around me or whatever, or talking to me, or I don't really necessarily know them. So what y'all think about that now? Let me know. Also, y'all keep letting me know what features and stuff for the app. Somebody said it'd be good to have games on there where you could play like tic-tac-toe or something. I sent that to I saw your comment. I sent it to the developer. He said it don't really make sense to him to be in there doing that when you could go do it on iMessage, you know, like get out the app and do it on iMessage. But I like the idea though. I like it. But we really ain't trying to, our goal isn't screen time. You know, that's not our goal. We really want you to be able to meet somebody and delete the app. And so, hey, do me a favor, and because a lot of times we ask for stuff, but then we don't do our part to make it come to fruition. If you are a man and you single, join the wait list, but also share the website with every single man in your phone, every single man on your job, so we can have an organic groundswell of high quality men on the app. And then every woman, share the app with every single man that you know, that you not dating or sleeping with or whatever. Or if you tired of them and you ready for them to leave you alone because the situationship is done, then you can share the link with him too and tell him, hey, get on this wait list, because I want you to find somebody good. Whoo, but that goes show does slap him in the ego. But that ego finna be hurt. So, huh? What the world? Why you say that to me? What? You don't like me, dog? So if you need to get a message off to him, send that to him. Send that to him. But we're gonna build this thing. Y'all listen. I'm gonna teach you how to promote yourself. You're going to get tired of me. You finna be having destiny in your dreams. You finna be eating food, destiny. You finna be walking around, somebody say, hey, how you doing? Destiny. Sorry, I'm doing good. How you doing? Destiny. Oh, but what I was gonna say is I need me a street team. I'm making me some t-shirts, and it'll just have the logo on the front, and on the back it'll say Destiny, your date with destiny, and it have like the little iOS, and when we get it on Google Play, Android, it'll have that little logo on there. Or to say Destiny, the dating app for those who are done with dating apps. Something like that right there. If you ain't scared to wear it to the grocery store, then let me know. And when I get my little budget for the t-shirts, or if you make t-shirts and wanna sew into the movement, or give me a steep discount, then let me know. Send me an email, info@destiny.app.com. But hey, this Tony Gasson. God bless you. Keep your head up, and we'll talk soon.